Al Harris here. In this video, I'm going to focus on the persona and audience prompting techniques in ChatGPT. Now, first of all, what is ChatGPT? Well, it's an AI chatbot by the company named OpenAI. It's arguably the most established and one of the most powerful AI tools at this particular time. Now, keep in mind that the AI landscape is literally changing by the second. So by the time you hear or see this video, OpenAI may have lost that position. Nevertheless, it will continue to be a power in the AI realm. You interact with ChatGPT by typing questions in its chat window. And ChatGPT, is rendered through a web browser. You'll see that in a minute if you haven't played with it. These questions are better known as prompts, almost as if you were chatting with a human is the way you interact with it. I say almost because ChatGPT knows much more than any single human and will at some point know more than all humans combined. That's in the foreseeable future. If you don't have a ChatGPT account, go over to chat.openai.com and set up an account. You can choose between the free and paid plans after your account is set up. The paid version has more features, which I'll delve into later on. And the paid version is what I'll be using for this particular video. So why do we need to use prompting techniques with ChatGPT? After all, it is AI. Why doesn't it just know what we want? Well, AI can't read our minds yet. So for the foreseeable future, we're going to have to know what to ask and how to formulate those questions, otherwise, once again, known as prompts. And since its training is vast, we need to narrow down exactly what we want. And we do this with what's called prompt engineering. Now, it's not really engineering, it's prompting techniques, but the industry has coined it as prompt engineering, so we'll go with it. Within this realm of prompt engineering, we have what's called the persona technique and the audience technique. Now, there are many techniques, but the persona and the audience techniques are what we're going to focus on in this particular video. Let's start with the persona technique, and it's conceptually simple. Let's assume we're in the pre-AI era. And if we were to seek legal help, we would contact a lawyer. For medical advice, we would contact a physician. All right. But ChatGPT has expertise in a countless number of areas. So you're going to have to tell it what perspective or persona to take when answering your questions. Here is an example, and I'm going to slide over to my ChatGPT window. Let's expand this. I'm going to ask it a rather unassuming question. What are the best things about Denver, Colorado? Notice I'm not going to get any context, constraints, or any other information. And those who have traveled in or around the Denver area or live in this particular part of the state, you can see that these are factual answers, and it's decided to give us, let's see, it's on number 7 and going on, and it's going to give us a good number of them here, it looks like. All right. Why did it give us 12? Well, we didn't ask or set any constraint on number of items to describe for us, so it's decided to do that on its own. You can see that these are very Colorado-esque attributes, and of course, there's nothing to argue with here. However, let's go ahead and give it a persona, and so that it can answer this question from a particular perspective. And we're going to type, assume the role of a Colorado tourism, spelled correctly, expert. You don't have to capitalize titles. It knows what you're talking about, but I've done that anyway. Tell me the 5 best things about Denver, Colorado. And it will confirm that it is taking the role of a Colorado tourism expert. And notice all of a sudden the answers will change. So no need to reiterate what they are saying, simply pause or scroll up on this video. But just briefly, the items have a different description, almost as if I were creating a brochure for the Tourism Bureau. I guess you can start to see some of the possibilities here when it comes to saving yourself time in creating documents. All right, it gives you a nice little summary at the end. But here we have, a contrast between what a generic question would bring about and what a persona related question would bring about. Let's give it another persona again. Assume the role of a Denver real estate agent. Tell me the 5 things. Tell me the let's see, I want to stay consistent in our prompt. So tell me the 5 best things about Denver, Colorado. Tell me the 5 best things about Denver, Colorado. Okay, now again, it's going to confirm it's the persona that you asked it to uptake. And suddenly we see that it's selling to potential home buyers in a manner of speaking. We haven't asked it to be or to take a sales tone per se, but it's done that because that's what we need as a real estate agent. We need a promotional tone. And there's the summary. And again, no need to over explain here, but you can tell that this is more geared to a real estate brochure, letter, or other promotional document. Now, let's add the audience technique. And this is also known as a constraint. So I'm going to be a little bit lazy here. I'm going to say, assume the role of a real estate agent. Tell me the 5 best things about Denver, but I'm going to insert, assume that you are speaking to a retiree who is, let's see, let's say an out of state retiree who is considering all thumbs here, buying a home in the Denver area. Assume the role of a Denver real estate agent. Assume that you are speaking to an out-of-state retiree who is considering buying a home in the Denver area. Tell me the 5 best things about Denver, Colorado. And again, you probably guessed what it's going to do here. It's going to tailor the answer to a retired person. And I can ask it to expand on any of the items that it outputs, but without, any type of length constraint or parameter, it's going to tell me what it deems as being the appropriate length of the answer for a particular prompt. So we can see that with the persona technique and the audience technique, not only can we write very short prompts, but what we're doing is tapping into an area of its training that has to do with our particular question, as opposed to asking for these answers in an ad hoc and disjointed way. It's going to save you time, and if you're looking to get ahead in the AI era, time is going to be of the essence. That is all I have for you on this particular video. Until we see each other next time, take care of yourself. To see more videos on this topic, click the subscribe button below.